So what's next for equality in Cleveland?
Well, we've seen a whole lot of things in terms of changes for LGBT rights in the city, and I think some of the things that hopefully we'll see at the city and the state level will include changes for the non-discrimination acts in employment that will help with everyone being able to not just be themselves, love who they love, but also be able to be out at work and not have to worry about losing their job, their home, their financial security, or their health care benefits as a result of who they are.
You know that we could still get fired at work. We could get married on Sunday and then get fired on Monday. It just doesn't seem right, and hopefully the state of Ohio will change that.
My wife is a trauma surgeon. We are currently living in Pennsylvania. My wife, as a trauma surgeon, could potentially be fired in the state of Ohio because she's gay. That is absolutely horrible.
More protections in the workplace. The fact that now we can get married to our same-sex partner and be fired the next day from our job is a really major issue that we really need to focus on. So the fact that the bill is already in is great. We just need to work to get it passed.
So we would like the state of Ohio to pass an employment non-discrimination and be much more open to diversity and to deal with prejudice in a far more positive way than they have been doing.
And maybe we could even kiss in public. Mwah.
It would be equality in the workplace. I mean, we can get married, but Lord knows we can get fired for our sexual orientation. And I think it's that simple, that we need equal rights right across the board. And yes, marriage is a huge thing, and you know, it's a definite step in the right direction. It's something I never thought I'd see in my lifetime, to be honest with you. But let's get to the basics now. Let's get workplace equality, transgender equality, all on the board.
I would say we need to work on housing discrimination and employment discrimination.
I believe that housing and employment non-discrimination acts for the city are an important piece to continue the fight for equality.
Hopefully we see more workplace equality and less anti-LGBT discrimination in the workplace.
I would like to see not just Cleveland, because we do a pretty good job here of making sure everybody's protected equally, but I'd love to see some workplace laws passed in favor of non-discrimination for everybody across the board.
We need protections in housing, employment, and public accommodations for everyone, so that we don't have our marriage bans listed one day and lose our job the next.
I would agree. That's basically important. If you're going to have marriage, you have to be able to keep your job afterwards.
Certainly equality in accommodation and equality in the workplace. And I know that in the state of Ohio, repeatedly these issues have been brought to the legislature, and repeatedly they've been ignored. And I would hope to see that change not only locally but within the state.
Equality in Cleveland can only get bigger and better. We've got lots of good things on the horizon, like workplace equality. We have so many corporations in Cleveland that already have great LGBT workplace policies, but it's not law yet, so we need to keep moving.
So as an employer, it's critical that we get legislation that will provide equal employment protection regardless of a person's identity, orientation, expression, so that we can effectively promote that talent pool, recruit that talent, retain that talent.
You know, we had this great win back in June for marriage equality, but in Ohio it's still not acceptable that people can be fired from their job, they can be kicked out of their home, and they can be denied service at public accommodations. So we need to update the Ohio Revised Code to make sure that LGBT people are protected all throughout Ohio.
Within our community, we're seeing more and more grassroots initiatives for people to build communities that are welcoming, opening, and affirming, and especially here in the city of Cleveland, working with our neighborhoods to really make welcoming and well-educated and culturally competent neighborhoods, businesses, nonprofits, and communities.
What's next for equality in our cities like Cleveland and Akron is making sure that we're supporting vibrant cities and communities that provide equal services, equal housing, and equal access to business ownership that are going to make our cities a thriving places for our families.
That's awesome. If Ohio is going to be open for business, we have to be open for talent.
That's right.